Oh shit, here we go again.
Low, low, man. Low, low,
man. You like contracts, right? You're a contract guy.
I read contracts instead of conventional pornography, yes.
Do you even know what you're saying? Card man? I don't even understand. I'm fucking illiterate. Do I look like I know how to read?
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
And they're still fucking nerds.
What's up, everybody? It's Andrew Esquire here with the super long intro, but I enjoy it. We got a lot of good clips here. We're on time. We're early today. I started a minute early today with you guys. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney here in Seoul, South Korea, the lovely, lovely, lovely republic. I am glad to be here in South Korea. And annyeonghaseyo to those out there that may be Korean. I know we got a lot of Korean viewers and Korean watchers, commenters. Thank you so much for the good comments. And we're going to go in deep into Johnny Somali today on the legal mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. And I have some exclusive footage that I think no other English channel, and I've been watching all the people that update on Johnny Somali, all of them. None of them have showed this. It is something only on the Korean streamers, and many of them tried to delete this. This video, if you track it down, is only on a very specific small Korean channel at this point. It'll probably be deleted, so we may end up getting the only people to view this. So we're going to go into it today. This is crazy. And what's been happening on this Korean side, which I've been tracking here of what's going on in the on the Korean side. We're going to have to get into that today. So we've got some really good content today. Hopefully you guys like it. If you like it, if you enjoyed this, make sure to smash the like button. Yeah, save a copy. Yeah, well, what we're going to do, what we're going to end up doing is we end up, obviously we have this clip. We're going to watch it. My clip's going to get clipped. It's going to get translated into Korean. There's a lot of channels that have been doing that with my coverage on this, which I'm totally cool with. I gave them authorization. I'm not Nicholas Rekieta. I'm not going to renege on my promise. People are free to translate this into Korean, Chinese, Japanese, any language they want, and get this good news out there. But yeah, good to see everybody here in the chat. Real quick, Torgo for 5 says, God Emperor Trump has reascended the golden throne, and Ramsey Khalid Ismail is getting felted by base Korea. What a week. It's been a hell of a week, but there's been some W's, and we're definitely going to talk about W's today for sure. Agent Strawman for 20 legal mindset memberships. Thank you so much. Yes. And King Lugia with 5, and then another 1. So that's 6 right there from King Lugia. Thank you so much, King Lugia. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Indeed.
Woof.
Thank you. JP Ravenfire hitting me with 10. Thank you so much. JP, absolutely based. And you know what?
I'm not sorry, and I did nothing wrong.
You did nothing wrong, JP. You did nothing by donating. Thank you so much. Appreciate that for the kind donations. Thank you for your support of my channel. It really helps me do this regularly. We've got 538 of you in this chat, but I expect there to be 1,000 by the end of this. And I also expect you to smash that like button on this channel. Also, I love all the people coming out here from around the world. We're seeing, we got Japan here. We got Korea. Good to see we have an international coalition against this crazy motherfucker. And it could not be better to come out here against this guy. Crimson Splat says, hey, why can't I run at 2x speed to catch up? Because I just started. Join later and you can catch up at 2x speed, right? Join later and you can catch up at 2x speed. Jinblade says, always ready for exclusives. There are some rather fascinating times we live in. However, I'm super excited. Yeah, it's great. This actually is very interesting stuff. And honestly, I was a bit worried today because I thought that there might be not enough to give a full episode on this. But yeah, why is YouTube hiding my stream? Are they really hiding my stream? Is this let me search this here. Are they really hiding me right now? or they're just not sending out notifications. Let's see. Let me see. Legal mindset. Let's see if this comes up. No. It comes up when I search. So I mean, it's there. Once again, maybe it's not. Maybe it just didn't come up for you. Make sure your notifications are dinged. Sometimes you got to re-ding them. So make sure you got that going on there. Also, you can subscribe to my locals. That gets one way to get updates. I post on my locals every single time I go live, and also X. We'll get that. Tatsumi for 10 says, gotta hit that golden goal. Yes, absolutely. Today I've hit the goal function again. And the goal today, if you get to 20 super chats, 20 yellow super chats, is a soju stream. So I'm here in Korea, and I'm a fan of soju. So what I will do is, if we get to 20, I will do a soju stream, and we will see how many bottles of soju I can get through. And we'll try different ones. So we'll try good ones with zero, cham, etc. My bet is I can get through about 4. 5 is too much for me, but 4 is probably solid for me. So up to you guys if you want to do that soju stream. It's up to you. We're already we got one in the tank there, so we're on the way. And of course, I'm going to be spending significant time in Korea. We've also got a mukbang stream that's already going to come in the future, so that's going to happen. So it's a new goal. Yeah, goals is a new feature. So goals is a feature when you hit a certain amount at a certain level of super chats, you could set it as a goal. Yeah. Soju is it gives me hangovers. I know. It's not sneaky because I know. Good evening from Singapore. Good to see you. I'm doing great, and I'm glad to see people around the world catching up with this one. So let's get started here. So we'll start off with something comical, and this was a bit of a mashup that was put up. I think this was put up by Team FT. So we'll play this little mashup video. I think this one is absolutely hilarious. So this is kind of a, that one time Johnny said, come and get me, and they came. I shouldn't have so much fun editing this video, but I did. Am I going to hell? Enjoy. Anytime I hear, am I going to hell? I know it's going to be a good video. So let's strap in here and enjoy this together. There we go.
Come get me. Run, Johnny, run. Where's your girlfriend, Gino, Johnny? Where's your passport, Johnny? Hide, Johnny, hide. Koreans are the captain now, but pirates are crying. Johnny Somali getting his ass kicked by Koreans. Run, Johnny, run. Where's your girlfriend, Gino, Johnny? Where's your passport, Johnny? Hide, Johnny, hide. Koreans are the captain now, but pirates are crying.
Don't get to me. Why are you doing? Police. By head.
Come get me.
Good stuff. Very good stuff. He challenged them to come get him, and he indeed did. They indeed got him. They fucking got him, right? He challenged them, and they came through. They came through 100%. All right. Also, Torgo, I know you thought I missed your super chat, but I got it. The one on the God Emperor, I got that one. He reascended the Golden Throne, and he's going to give Felton by Base Korea. What a week. A hell of a week. Indeed. LJ O'Rourke for $9.99 says, get this lawyer soused. Yeah. I would be absolutely sauced with probably 3 or 4. I'm going to be pretty sauced. And I know what people are saying. No, don't do it. No. But listen, we got to give the people what they want. I'm a man of the chat. Hero of Hyrule said, soju stream, say less, take my money. Thank you for that. We're 3 in there on the soju stream. All right, but let's continue with the news here today. So what was the first thing? So in the beginning of the day, we had an article that was making the rounds, and this wasn't too much, but for some reason, everyone was really worked up about this. But somehow this news, which got around English-speaking Twitter, posted by Dextro, kick streamer Johnny Somali was banned from leaving South Korea and is facing up to 10 years in jail. So this post got 20.8 million views. Now, this is not a major update. In fact, if you click on the actual article, if you look on what's going on here, there's not too much new. This may be new news for some people, but the news has been out there for a while that they've taken his passport, that he's not free to leave, and that he faces up to 10 years in jail. So he's been barred if he is convicted of assault and drug use. Now, there's some claims that his drug use came back negative. Now, I have not seen his drug test came back negative. I have not seen proof of that. I've just seen random claims about that. I heard from separate sources that he tested positive. So, who knows, right? That's one still out there. But if he's convicted of both, that's up to 10 years for assault. His reign of terror began in 2023 when he terrorized Israel and Japan while broadcasting on Kick, resulting in multiple confrontations. He faced the wrath of PewDiePie, who accused him of ruining Japan. Now, PewDiePie is living in Japan. So, in fact, it is something that is, as an expat, I'll tell you this right now, it does ruin it for us. Because when foreigners come here and act a fool, they can treat us all the same sometimes. Because expats and tourists look the same physically, right? When they see a foreigner, right? And once again, these countries are 90%, 95%, 85%, upwards, different Southeast Asian countries are, homogenous, right? They can't really distinguish at first glance whether you're a nuisance streamer, whether you're an asshole or a nice person. So a lot of times when one person makes a fool of themselves, it hurts everybody. It hurts everybody. But something that doesn't hurt everybody is the 50 legal mindset memberships from Masrova. Palma, thank you so much for that. I just got to play the Shondo clip.
Not a sin. I cannot absolve you. Mega based.
Oh, base. Thank you so much, Mazaro Palma. Thank you for supporting this channel. Absolutely amazing. Also, Dim Wicket, welcome as a new member. And Claybuster for 10 says he fucked around and found out. Thank you so much. Also, Gabe Salgado, what's up? For 2001, I tried to contact you by email with new info. Thank you. Let me see if I got your email. I'll check right now. I hope you emailed me at the right email, Gabe. So if you email me, it better be at this one that I'm putting in the chat right now, because I didn't get anything from you, brother. So I think you may have emailed the wrong email. So I'll just let me know, right? Because I didn't see anything from you. I haven't gotten any new things right now. I'm looking at my email. So you may have emailed the wrong one. But anyways, thank you for the 2001. That's one bottle of soju. Mazurro Palma said yellow shower goals. Yeah, boy. You know it. We're about a quarter of the way into that yellow shower. So thank you. All right. Let's continue with this article. So he faced the wrath of PewDiePie, so it's kind of going historically. And this prompted him to threaten PewDiePie with a lawsuit over the language used, saying what he said was defamatory by referring to him as a terrorist. In September of 2024, Somali traveled to South Korea to continue his antics. In addition to getting kicked off the subway and causing a scene in a convenience store, which, by the way, is a crime, he disrupted business. He sparked outrage by kissing the Statue of Peace, a monument to the victims of sexual slavery. Now, we're going to show this statue later, but one thing I want you guys to know is there are many, many versions of the Statue of Peace. These statues are all around Seoul. The one that I left the flowers at is in Itaewon. There's one in Jongdong. There's one in I think it's Dobong-gu. We're going to look at that one today because that's where they did the apology. There's one in Paju, right? I went to the DMZ. There's a comfort woman statue at the DMZ. In fact, I may have photos of it on my phone. Hold up real quick. I didn't upload these anywhere. But I was like kind of surprised because this thing is absolutely everywhere. Let me see if I got it here real quick. May be able to find it. I have to scroll past all the degeneracy. Where is it? Let's see. Is it there? No, I think it may be on a different phone. But that said, I thought I did have it though. I really did think I did have it. But anyways, there's one in Paju right by the DMZ. And that one, there's two statues actually. There's double statues. So these statues are everywhere. So don't make it sound like he just is going to one. Because if he was just going to one statue, everyone would just wait for him. The police would just wait for him and get him. The thing he's getting away with is because there's like 30 of these things, and he's running around finding ones where nobody's at and nobody's waiting for him, and the police aren't there or other people aren't there to wait for him, and he's going in and doing these things. So what he'll probably end up doing is he'll end up doing something disrespectful again to one that nobody is paying attention to. He'll run up to it and do something real quick, or he'll film something disrespectful, right, despite that. And we're going to get into that. Cherry TP for 200 Philippine pesos said, get this man his keys. Thank you. Rouge LaFox says he is unwanted in any country. Exactly. And I am still of the mind, by the way, that it is the responsibility and the duty of the U.S. Department of State to revoke his passport. I've said it once, I'll say it again. He meets the criteria for revocation of a passport. It should be revoked. And I hope that maybe if it's not under, sleepy Joe Biden out there and Kamala, who's probably salty, right? If they won't do it, Trump should do it. And there should be some strong advocate for this coming out here and revoking his passport. If Biden's not going to do it, Trump needs to do it. He needs to get this guy's passport, whisper in his ear, hey, when you come in on day one, real quick, get his passport. That's something he could do like this. They could do like this as an executive action. Done. First day one, he's done. If it's revoked, he's still stuck in Korea. That doesn't get him home. That just means he can't go anywhere else. The only place he could go if it's revoked is home, back to the U.S. That's it. That's it. That's the duty here. Nicholas Berg, new member. Thank you. Appreciate that. And shout out to all my Korean members, 안녕하세요 and 감사합니다 for all of the very nice comments. Once again, guys, my Korean is not that good. I survived in Korea with very elementary Korean. So today we're going to be talking about some translations, some other stuff that I have my friends translate. My good friend out there, Dr. Alric, who actually gave me a tour of the Suwon University campus. We were really nice. We went out to go eat, with him and my friends. And we had, bibimbap. I had a really good, there's a tonkatsu. I had really good tonkatsu. Thank you to all the people that have been translating for me, translating Korean. Really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you guys. All right. So a little further here, he got beat up in Korea. We caught that. South Koreans took matters in their own hands. They placed a bounty on him for information on him. Now he can't leave the country, even if he wants to, because he's under investigation of the parliament. He's under investigation, facing charges of assault and narcotics use, and he's banned from leaving while under investigation. They're very strict when it comes to drug use, and possession or use can be 10 years in jail. Even use can be 10 years in jail. Assault is a penalty of 2 years or 5 million won, right? So if he goes to trial, it'd be second time in court in an Asian country. In Japan, he lied to a judge, claiming he wasn't making any money streaming and was filming documentaries. So there's lots of stuff there on the plate for him criminally. So he's going to be on the hook criminally. And as people file more things against him, including, by the way, defamation, which is potentially criminal here, he can be tied up for a long time. So one thing I want to bring up about Korea being his prison is this. And this is something you all should understand. Korea can slowball him and keep him here in Korea for years. They can keep him here for 2 years easily, just holding him up, slowballing this, right? And imagine this. Johnny Somali is known by all Koreans. They're watching him. He can't go anywhere without fearing getting his ass beat or actually getting his ass beat, right? That's worse than prison. He is a prisoner in the country. He can't leave. Guys, there's CCTVs everywhere. You ain't getting anywhere. You ain't sneaking out from Jeju. There's no train to Jeju, motherfucker. I'm taking the train to Busan tomorrow, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing my friend Legal Vices and my friend Meme Copium. It's his first time in Korea. I'm going to, shove as much kimchi and barbecue in his face as I can. He's not leaving. It is worse for him to be stuck here. And then on top of that, he could get jail time. But he's stuck here where people are fucking watching him. And if he steps out, people are going to lay him fucking out. He steps on a line. They're on him. These streamers are on him. They know where he is. They know his location. They're on his ass, right? So do they have pre-trunk confinement? No. So one thing people are very, they're very weird about is here they just let you go. They book you for the crime, they charge you with it, and they let you go. That's what they did. So he's out, but he's still charged. So some people think, oh no, the police have to hold you. No, they don't actually, right? They don't. They can let you out because guess what? Guess what? They're watching you. They know where you are. They're tracking your phone. They're tracking your location. They have CCTVs. They know where he is at all times. Trust me. Saw on the Lich for ARS 100 says, what do you mean Korean nightmare, long man? Ramsey Khalid Ishmael has to be loving his stay in Korea. He has the whole country as a captive audience. Every Korean wants to be his friend. Yeah, they want to be his friend with 5 fingers to the face, right? Setsuna, Sai for another 10. We're getting dangerously close here. We're already 9 out of, we're almost halfway there to the goal, to the Soju stream. I don't want him back here. Can we banish him to the Shadow Realm? Well, I mean, the Shadow Realm will be going back to the U.S. and getting his ass beat there, too. That would also be the Shadow Realm. Tatsumi said for 10 pounds, kicking Sleeping Joe and cackling Kamala out of office, and Jolly Somali facing 10 years in jail and will get beaten everywhere in Korea. This day couldn't get any better. I know. Toast, Tosutu. Tosutu for Manwan says annyeonghaseyo. Thank you for paying attention to the Korean issue. I wish these things didn't happen in other countries. Yes, I know. And look, part of it is, and thank you for the support from my Korean brothers and sisters. I love you. Your country's been amazing to me. I fucking love my time in Korea. I've had a great time here. I've met great people. One of my best friends, Legal Vices, Jeff. He's been here for 30 plus years in Korea. Loves it. My good friend Meme Copium over there in Japan. He's been there for almost a decade. Right? These are my friends are expats who respect these countries and love these countries. And when I see people disrespect them, there's zero tolerance, right? Same with Thailand. I was hard on Ice Poseidon, and we're going to talk about some of these other characters today. But I was hard on Ice Poseidon, and that motherfucker deserved it. Right? Because he's deeply disrespected Thailand, and he's banned from Thailand forever. And I hope that after this, Johnny Somali is banned from Korea forever. Fair Frozen said, Andrew, I hope you understand you are legally obligated to keep Hassan off of Japan. Also, please, cheers, the best. Hey, cheers to you too. Thank you. And I will keep Hassan out of Japan. We do not need his communist ass over here at all. All right. So let's get into what happened today. And we are, by the way, halfway there to the goal of the Soju stream. So what happened today in Korea? Well, we had Johnny Somali getting driven to the Comfort Woman statue to apologize. Now, this is Team FT, and he's making a good comment, which says this is going to be just like Japan, right? Because in Japan, what happened? They apologized, they bowed, and then all of a sudden, as soon as he was out of Japan, he dropped pictures of Hiroshima, Nagasaki. He flicked them off. He said, China #1. And let me show you those photos in case you guys don't know, right? Because maybe some of the, and also for some of the benefit of the Korean audience here today, maybe you guys don't know what they did in Japan. Here's what happened in Japan. This is thanks to Jeff Hall, Mr. Jeffu, who's actually a great poster about Japanese stuff. You guys should follow him on Japan stuff. He's really good stuff. Despite being in Indonesia, Johnny is using his stream to deliberately anger Japanese internet nationalists. He has been dancing around and smiling while showing pictures of an atomic bombing in Hiroshima and giving Japan the middle finger and China #1. So he did this after apologizing. So he went and apologized, and then he did this. So here's my thing for Koreans out there. If you go and accept his apology, what do you think he's going to do to Korea? Right? What do you think he's going to do to Korea? He's going to turn around and he's going to disrespect the country. We're going to play his apology, which, by the way, hasn't really gotten out in English-speaking world. We're going to play it today. It's in Korean mostly, but there's English subtitles, some machine-generated, some natural. But we're going to play that apology. If this apology is accepted, I guarantee you, I fucking guarantee you, he is going to go and back down and make negative comments about Korea. Guarantee you. FS77, welcome as a new member. Richard Gruber, does Korea use the Venus exploding chamber as a punishment? I wish. Anthony says, serious question. Could he be charged in America for his horrible diplomatic problems he's caused in his actions? No. He didn't commit them in America. So no, he cannot be charged in America. Look, guys, I'm all anti-Johnny Somali, but I'm not going to lie to you about the law because I'm a lawyer, right? I'm not going to lie to you about the law. Tatsumi says, petition to send Hassan to some communist utopia you love so much, maybe Cuba or North Korea. Yeah, sure. He'd love Cuba. Masrovo Palma says his livelihood is based on being a jerk, or so he thinks it is. Yeah, his livelihood. Yes. But his livelihood is now at risk for being a jerk. Florinova for 10 says, Soju. Oh, we're really close, aren't we? 14 out of 20. We're almost there. Nonstop DREs for 360 says, people like him ruin it for all foreigners, indeed. Victor E says, sneaky watching you at work, hoping my boss doesn't notice. Cool. 18 inches of Messimer says, this guy really wants beef with every country in the world. He's pissed off Israel. He's pissed off Japan. He's pissed off Korea. Who's he going to piss off next? I guarantee you, if he goes to Thailand and tries this shit, especially after Ice Poseidon, he's going to end up in Klong Prem. And you guys should Google Klong Prem. Look up Thai prisons. Don't fuck with them. So let's give you some background before we get into this apology here. So here's him driving with this fighter. So this guy's name is Brendan Hyung, aka Brendan Kim. He's a Nigerian-American guy. He seems to be like a Christian MMA guy. His wife was here. Her name's Vivian. We're going to get into her in a second as well. She's a Korean. They have a kid. They live here in Korea. So I think they were well-intentioned, although it seemed at first like he might be chasing clout. We'll talk about why. But they were driving him. And what I think happened was this guy was his protection because he's an MMA fighter, right? So I think Johnny tried to convince this MMA fighter to go with him because he's too scared to be there alone. He was so scared he needed to get an MMA fighter to go with him because he's a pussy, right? No, the guy's a legit fighter. I mean, I've seen his profile. He's a legit fighter. I'm not taking away from him, right? But that said, at least he's done some fighting, right? More than me. So I can't talk too much shit, right? Listen, guys, I can only talk so much shit. But I said right here, first of all, we know Johnny gives inauthentic apologies. He does so purely because his lawyers advise him to lessen the penalty. When he leaves the country, he immediately goes back and mocks it. And here's Exhibit A, him doing this to Japan. Also, the guy with him, Brendan Kim, unlike Hank Yo, is not a Korean citizen. Therefore, his status in Korea is tentative. Now, after this, I found out he has a kid, so his visa will be stronger. He might even have permanent residence here. It would be harder to kick him out if he has a wife and kids, but you could still have a lot of problems. And here's the other thing, too. For a guy who has a wife and a kid here, if you have a wife and a kid here, what do you think might happen to your family when it gets through the grapevine that you're insulting Korea, right? Bad things, right? Bad things. So there's going to be a lot of family pressure, a lot of people coming through, right? Your kid will get picked on in school. That's not cool. You really need to think before you associate with a piece of shit like Johnny Somali, right? You really got to think very carefully. That's a non-legal repercussion. And that's how much of a pariah he is here. Potato King for 2R says, best liar. Thank you. Miss Maria for 10 says, how do you feel about there being a real life version of Running Man going on in Korea? I dare him to go to the Philippines. Yeah, no, he's not going to. No, I think the Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, he would be in jail real quick. Usagi Akimbo says, don't these countries deserve to be made fun of if they treat them as anything other than a nuisance to be eliminated? How do they think other Americans will treat these countries in the future? Well, that's my argument, Usagi, for why they need to treat this harshly. And if they don't treat this harshly, nuisance streamers will come and they will do the same disrespectful shit. So this needs to be stamped out hard and fast. Right? He went to Thailand, but he didn't go hard there. Trust me. If he went hard in Thailand, he'd end up in a canal. And I'll say this. He'd end up in a canal, and I might know where it's buried. We'll say it that way, right? You know, I might hear about it personally. That's all I'm saying, right? So this was actually posted here. That was actually posted here with Brandon Kim. So Brandon Kim's an interesting character. So he went from originally this fighter, the Nigerian American, he went from originally posting the end of Jolly Somali, which says, "You can't hide forever. Come and take your beating like a man. Disrespect Koreans and Nigerians. I hope you literally meet your doom. The things you have done towards Koreans and Nigerians are unforgivable. Come out and play." So he was tagging him all up in there like he was going to beat his fucking ass, right? So this guy was tagging him hard, but then turns around and ends up actually giving him a ride down to the station, or down to the statue, right? Now, actually, hold on one second. I've got, okay, yeah. I want to make sure I got the translations here. So real quick, I'll show you the post here. So this is from his wife's Instagram, right? So there's his wife's Instagram right over here, right? Of the Nigerian dude, right? So that's his wife. They're married. They have a kid. They live over here. So originally, and here's the photo. So originally, this photo was about, we're going to, apologize and forgive. Well, guess what? When you translate this, she's now changed the message. This photo was taken on the way to meet YouTubers before apologizing. So back in here, you see Hank Yo, who's a piece of shit, and Johnny Somali, right? We'll get into both of those guys. So as a Korean, I was frustrated when I saw Johnny Somali talking about the atrocities he committed in Korea and our history. It really felt like I was bubbling inside. My husband and son are American and Black. My husband has lived in Korea for a long time and is a person who truly loves Korea. I feel deeply angry at the behavior of Somali. My husband and I were concerned about the atrocities of Somalia and would create a negative prejudice against Black people. I feel that what Somali has done was not only insulting individuals and nations, but also endangering people like themselves and those belonging to the nation. We don't think our country should be insulted because of these evildoers, but there should be no racism and danger in our children's future. So with all these situations, we have decided that no matter what happens, we should hold Somali and apologize to the people. Approach Somali and ask to meet him, and then talk to Hank. Somali and Hank were favorable to our offer to help. Finally, we made an appointment to meet with Somalis and contacted Mr. Yudalgun. Finally, we took Somali and Hank to the place where Yudalgun and other YouTubers were, and the YouTubers talked to him afterwards. Somali apologized in front of a girl, meaning the statue. Mr. Yudalgun and Youngman Jilgu, Instinct, Samji Chang TV, and G Company and Kim TV channels have been working hard on this issue by finding Somali before anyone else. These are the people tracking him. So we were able to move and finally able to get a report. If it wasn't for these people, we wouldn't have thought of acting like this. So there were YouTubers that were on it, right? There were YouTubers that were on it. But let's see here. There's another post. After Somali apologized to the girl, it was on the way back to bring Somali to his house. I went live for a while because I wanted to report the situation in real time. But the problem now is that I told him not to swear at Somali on live, not at him. For now, I think we should explain the situation that if Somali apologized. So before the explanation, I wanted him to refrain from saying something too serious. As soon as I turned on the live, there were so many serious swearing that I was puzzled, and I couldn't even distinguish whether it was being done to Somali or me. I'm not a broadcaster. I think she means she's not a YouTuber. But I'm a bit perplexed without even thinking about Somali about such abusive language. It is true that when I brought Yudalgun and other YouTubers by tricking Somali and bringing them to Yudalgun and other YouTubers, my heart was weakened for a moment when I brought to the Somali seriously apologizing. But I never thought of defending him or doing so. And let's continue here. This continues. Here we go. The picture was taken during a briefing and meeting before meeting Somali. Below is a post written to upload after preparing to meet Somali, who insulted our country, holding him and accepting an apology. Johnny Somali's arrogance reaches the skies. He mocked Korean history as if he knew well about Korea. but in fact, he does not understand Korea at all. I do not know anything about the history of Ilgang Point that he underestimated. I don't know what that means. That was probably a bad machine translation. The meaning of the girl of peace and the nationality of Koreans. So he doesn't understand shit. During the period of Japan, Korea suffered countless suffering under Japanese colonial rule. And in the midst of that, our ancestors have not lost their national pride and desire for independence. In particular, the Girl of Peace statue honoring women who were forcibly mobilized as comforters of Japanese forces, so essentially sex workers, symbolizes the sight of Korean not to forget their pain, remembering history and injustice. The Girl of Peace is not just a historical monument, but contains the will and national pride of Koreans to protect human dignity and human rights. We are the descendant of our ancestors who stood together in oppression and pain. The spirit runs in our blood. He may have reference to Korean history with his dull and arrogant knowledge, but he never understood the will of our ancestors, the spirit of Koreans, and the meaning of blood and tears. You have to realize how empty those words you throw in arrogance are. Those who despise the weight of history lightly can never comprehend its depth. The spirit of our people is much deeper and stronger than your superficial knowledge. A Somali person is a single drop of diarrhea. Cannot spill the blood of the ancestors we inherited. We are a nation that grows stronger when the earth tries to flood us. Right. So definitely a strong comment there. And then she posts again, right? Johnny Somali was unbearably arrogant. He spoke as if he understood Korea well, mocked Korean history, but in truth, he has no understanding of Korea. He did not comprehend the history of Japanese occupation, the significance of the statue, or the spirit of the Korean people. During the occupation, they suffered immense suffering under colonial rule, yet even under this hardship, we never lost their national pride or burning desire. Continues with that same statement about the Statue of Peace, right? And let's see. He cannot realize how hollow his arrogant words are. Those who mock history's weight cannot fathom its depth. The spirit of our nation is deeper and stronger than his superficial understanding, right? So a little bit of a double post there, but it seems like even the people that took him to the apology aren't buying his shit, right? Let's see. Entropy, before I play more and we get to the video. Entropy Denied says, new member, welcome. Appreciate that. Nathan C said, what are the next steps? When does he go to trial? They can drag that out for a long time. They can drag this trial out for a while and trap him here, which is what they should do. I've seen cases in Korea that take 2 years to get to trial. I want this to take 2 years to get to trial. I want them to slow roll this. Keep him here. Force him. Lock him in, right? Korea will become his living hell. Korea will become his prison. Trust me. Giant Drago channel for 100 Thai bot. Another 7-Eleven snack for you. Thank you for keeping me on the news. Kopkun Kap over there in Thailand. I'll be back. I'll be there for like a week or so, and then I'm actually going to be back in Korea. So, thank you so much. I'm going to get a 7-Eleven toasty and probably will get a chong. I'll get a chong and a 7-Eleven toasty with that. Thank you so much. Easy007 for €5 says, South Korea should deport in the North. I'm sure they'll love him as much as other places. Thank you. Mazermo Palma for check 100 said, nice meeting people trying to make peace and lending a helping hand, but a low life like Johnny just uses and doesn't appreciate. Indeed. And Nathan C says, is that Vivian Gray super naive? She looks 18. No, she's just Asian. Everybody looks young here. Good skincare, looking young. They look, look very young for a long time. Welcome to South Korea. Welcome to South Korea. Good skincare. Good skincare. All right. So the video was uploaded to a certain channel here, to Dalgun News channel, but actually this channel link is broken. That video was taken down. So I had to hunt on a smaller YouTube channel before I was able to find this video. We are going to watch all 25 minutes of this, right? Of this apology video here. This is Johnny Somali's apology video. I will do it at 1.25 speed. But understand if it gets too fast, I'll slow it back down. But understand that I don't believe this for a second. Okay. I don't believe this shit for a second. But let's play this.
No, just please, bro. Okay. All right, here. Repeat after me. Repeat after me.
Okay.
얘들아. 영훈이. 제가 너무 무리였어. 그래서 나는 조마오. 죄송합니다.
죄송합니다.
So he's trying to say he's sorry there. Actually, I'll slow it down because it went a little fast there. But he was trying to say he's sorry effectively there. So that's what that was. Joksamhamnida is one way of saying you're sorry, right? It's kind of formal, right? Just FYI.
네, 안녕하십니까 여러분들. 여기는 도봉구 평화의 소녀상 앞입니다. 오늘 2024년 11월 7일 이곳 도봉구 평화상에 우리가 왔습니다. 역사를 잊은 민족은 미래는 없다. 대한민국의 역사를 왜곡하고 비하하고 그런 일들이 없어야 되지 않겠습니까? 이 평화상의 의미에 대해서 많은 분들이 알고 계실 텐데, 대한민국의 흑인 유튜버 하나가 지금 이 평화소녀상을 능욕하고 모욕하고 그런 일들에 많은 국민들이 지금 화가 나 있습니다. 오늘 이곳에서 어떤 일이 벌어질지 여러분들 생생하게 알려드리도록 하겠습니다. 컷 들어갑니다. 자, 오늘 이렇게...
So remember, real quick pause. This is the guy that decked. This is the guy that decked Johnny. So they're interviewing the guy who punched out Johnny. This is Mr. A right here. So they were waiting for Johnny at the statue. Right.
이렇게 소녀상 앞에 모였는데 소녀상 앞에 온 이유가 뭡니까?
오늘 소말리랑 행크 이제 마지막 대국민 사과 하기 위해서 여기 이 자리에 모였습니다.
지금 곧 있으면 행크랑 소말리가 도착할 것 같은데 네. 지금 어떤 생각을 갖고 계세요?
뭐 아까는 뭐 장난스러운 모습도 있었고 당연히 있었겠지만 지금은 누구보다 진중하고 진지한 모습으로 좀 임하고 있습니다.
네, 소녀상 옆에 있으니까 느낌이 어떠신가요?
이게 참 진짜 소말리라는 새끼가 이런 만행을 저질렀던 마음이 너무 좋지가 않습니다.
네, 다들 역사를 왜곡하면 안 되고 역사를 잊은 민족은 미래는 없다라고 하는데 지금 대한민국 국민도 아니고 외국인이 이렇게 소녀상을 모욕하고 우리의 역사를 왜곡하는 거에 대해서 많이 분노하신 거잖아요.
그렇죠.
네, 그래서 그런 행동을 하셨는데 왜 소말리아를 찾게 됐는지 짧게 한 말씀 부탁드릴게요.
일단은 대한민국의 그냥 제 소견을 말씀드리겠습니다. 제가 첫 번째 공적 제재가 좀 많이 적었다라고 느낌을 가질 수밖에 없었어요. 그렇기 때문에 저도 이렇게 나서게 된 거고.
See that so he's saying like essentially there wasn't enough punishment. So the reason why he punched in the first place is because he wasn't really getting punished, right? So that's why I love how I'm getting throttled right now. I love how my internet is like suddenly taking a massive shit. Right? Let's see if I can fix this at all. Want to make sure this is still playing all right. All right. Let's keep playing this.
만약에 공적 제재가 들어갔다라고 하면은 저희는 이렇게 사적 제재를 하지도 않았을 뿐더러 이런 일이 발생하지도 않았을 것 같습니다. 그게 너무 많이 아쉽습니다. 100명이고 다
I'm offline. What the fuck? Oh, 1 second. All right, here. Okay, let me see if I change the connection. RIP Airbnb. Yeah, that's what. I'm gonna have to stream. I'm gonna do my hotspot again. Oh, that's gonna be. Part 2. Streaming from my phone, part 2. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna fucking do this. I hate when I have to do this too. It's crazy. Okay. Okay. Do this. You're making me do this again. All right. All right. We're streaming from, we'll see if this is better. We'll see if this is a little bit better. Maybe this fixes the problem. And also, let me do this too. Let me see if I can drop my stream quality a little bit. I'm too good. The quality of the camera is too good. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Literally, I've switched to my mobile hotspot here. I guess I shouldn't show you everything here, but we're on the clock, baby. We're on the clock. I'm gonna start a Ko-Fi. I will start a Ko-Fi for my phone fund. My image is like 140p. Okay. Yeah. Oh, we're using data, baby. We're so back. Thank you guys. Hey, Anthony says, I know it's a wrong Asian country, but seppuku is the only apology I believe at this point. Yeah, wrong country. Claybuster said, Soju. Thank you so much. Nick Berg said, I hope they drag him. Give us all a bad name. Can't wait for the Soju stream. Thank you so much. Janimal said, thank you for covering this saga. I spent a couple months in Korea 10 years ago, and it was one of the best times of my life. I love the culture, the people, the food, and yes, the Soju. Cheers. Hey, cheers, you guys. And Soju emojis in the chat because we hit it. God bless the goal. We hit the goal of the Soju stream. So congratulations, you guys. Thank you for hitting that. Chang Beer support. Thank you for that. Situdar Luchai. Appreciate that for the 100 try bot. Thank you so much. Poka T said, what do you think the reaction will be with Korea and Japan if Somali does get a heavy punishment for Korea? Will Japan's treatment of them be a factor? I think what he did in Japan is a factor for sure. Absolutely. Lucky Lime says, can Korea legally kick out tourists like him? Yes, they can. Countries have absolute authority over immigration. They can totally kick out people like him. L Eagle said, low res mindset. Let's go. Gorgeous Chris, 240p. Thank you. Tian Channel for 10 Singapore said, I hope Johnny keeps going after Korea. Maybe he can keep it up and in a decade or so, he'll make real content. A prisons and jails across Asia series. That'll be hilarious. Super Burger Time for 10,000 won. Manwan, a Korean proverb. Sarabun, gocho sunun geanida. So that would be, you cannot fix people. It means people don't easily change their core character or habits, especially when it was repeated. There you go. Thank you. As you guys can see, my Korean is not good. I need to practice. 죄송합니다. That said, Tatsumi says, legal mindset looking at his Wi-Fi, that clip of Laplace saying, Wi-Fi kun, ganbatte. Dude, I'm looking at this, like tracking up. Look at where we're at right now, guys. We're already at 55, 57 megabytes over here. And we're not even playing the video yet. Chairman Joe says, I genuinely don't believe any apology he gives unless it's in front of a room of reporters and a bunch of pissed off cops are standing behind him. Yeah. Halogen says they need to make an example of Johnny Salami. Agree. And Big Leo, thanks for being a member for 8 months. Appreciate you. Let's continue here. Now that we're back up.
네. 옆에 오늘 이제 유달근님 유니티 동기잖아요. 네, 같이 오게 된 이유.
같이 오게 된 이유는 그냥 이제 저희 동기가 그렇게 서말리한테 이제 참교 뭐 그렇게 했는데도 이제 정신 못 차리는 거 보고 너무 열이 받더라고요. 애가 정신 너무 못 차렸구나. 좀 그런 분노감이.
So I want to skip this part because I know this is really important. So to just summarize, the Korean YouTubers are up here, so they're up here, interviewing and they're making comments. But and here they're in front of the statue, right? So this guy's also been chasing him and kind of been hunting him down. So the Korean YouTubers make a lot of comments, right? And then all of a sudden, a little bit later down the stream, we get the arrival of Johnny Somali. Let me pull that down and refresh it. Hopefully we can load that in good quality here with my jank-ass internet. Real quick, but while that's loading and getting ready for that to fix that situation there, I will make a comment, and that is that according to the YouTubers, even after this, right, and keep this in mind, this is from my good friend Dr. Ollerich, and he's got an amazing book out there if you guys want to check that out. But Dalgan was just live. He and another fellow were connected over the phone, and they were telling the public misunderstands their intention toward Johnny Somali. They state they have not forgiven him. They know he is completely insincere. They will continue to pursue him legally. They only did it to find his location. And they did it to show they don't act violently and that he is the instigator of violence. Their original anger towards him has not changed. That's it. So essentially, they fucking owned him with this. They know that he's not sincere. They don't believe him. They're still coming after him legally. They're not dropping their charges against him. And they're showing that they are the peaceful ones, that they're not violent thugs. So they literally 4D chessed him. I fucking love that. I absolutely love that. Right? Okay, here we go. So here we go. So we're getting back into the footage. It kind of loaded up here. It took a little bit of a second, but we're getting into the footage of them showing up. So Johnny Somali shows up in the car with Hank and the crew in front of the Dobong girl statue. In case you guys don't know where this is, because some of you guys are not familiar with Seoul, I don't expect you all to be Seoul gangsters like I am. But Dobong is in the kind of north of Seoul. So let me go to the not street view here. Let's zoom out. Sorry, I had the street view pulled up here. Okay, here we go. So let me show you guys this before we start. So I want you guys to know where everything is and kind of understand Seoul, because part of this is educating you on Korea. I love Korea. So I'm in Gangnam. I'm down here. I'm in Gangnam, right? This is Gangnam. It's where all the cool kids hang out, right? I'm in Gangnam, right? I put the flowers at the statue in Itaewon, here in Itaewon, right by the old U.S. base in Yongsan, right? Which is going to be turned into an awesome park. So that's one of the statues of peace. I put the flowers there. There's another one up here, sort of towards Namdaemun, in that area. Also, I was all the way up here in Paju by the DMZ right here, and there's another statue up there in Paju, right? Up there. But they were over here, north of Seoul, in Dobong, right here, right? They were in this hood, and now Dobong is pretty north. This is, I know you may not see, but this is pretty north. So he had to almost go in a different province. Up here is the line between Gyeonggi-do and Seoul, the city of Seoul. So Dobong, it's still in Seoul, but it's pretty north. It's a northern province. So he had to drive pretty fucking far out. It's not the most trafficked area. If he went to Itaewon, I guarantee you, if he went to Itaewon, he would have gotten attacked for sure. And you can see he is in Dobong by the photo here with his Nazi friend Hank. And I don't say that, by the way, you guys know I don't throw that around. Hank is an actual Nazi, right? Not like pretend. We've got the photos, right? But that's it. You see the Dobong-gu office here. So Dobong-gu, Minhwa-gwan, right? Means community center. So this is Dobong Community Center. So that's how you know this is there. Hank is here. I think Johnny's hiding over there with his shoes over there. And they're in front of the statue of the comfort woman there. So they had to go all the way out to Dobong-gu so they didn't get swarmed, right? Because if they went anywhere else, they would be swarmed. And you can see this photo of them here too. This is them driving for this supposed apology. Okay. The video's caught up. So let's go back to that. Also, Do for 5,000 won. Oman won. Kamsahamnida. Appreciate that. There's no future for a nation that's forgotten history. I absolutely agree. 100%. Absolutely agree. All right. Let's go here.
이건가요? 죄송한가 보다. 뽑는다. 이건가? 네, 셀토스 들어왔습니다. 맞아요. 예. 자, 이제 들어갑니다. 자, 들어가고 나서
There he is. He's in that car.
아직 나갈 필요 없어 저희.
He's in that fucking car.
나갈 필요 없습니다. 자, 이제 나갑시다. 나가요. 네, 이제 나가요. 자, 나갑시다.
So think about how terrified he is. These people have been hunting him. One of these guys punched him in the face. In fact, I think actually maybe even two of them punched him, right? So he's probably shitting himself right now, getting out of this car.
우리 소말리. 네.
And the guy who punched him walks right over to the car. So he's on him right away.
얘기 좀 할까?
멀리 안녕.
멀리 안녕.
멀리 안녕. 때리는 거 아니야. 너다 싱크. 너도 지금 너다 지금.
내려.
우리 이야기하려고.
안 때려.
탱크
안 때려 내려.
나랑
얘기 좀 하자. 나랑 얘기. 절대 안 때려.
탱크 우리 진짜 대화하려고 온 거니까.
나랑 얘기 좀 하자.
오케이?
편하게.
우리 진짜로. 네.
지금 너는 아무런 그런 영향이 없잖아 어떻게 보면. 그러니까 소말리만 그냥 손녀상 바라고 있거든. 그러니까 난 소말리가 손녀상에서 진짜 대한민국 국민으로서 우리가 느끼는 건데 제대로 사과했으면 좋겠어. 나 그것만 돼.
We just want him to apologize, man.
나도 사과하고 있어.
So
우리랑
No violence.
this part I'll slow down because there's a translator guy here. So the guy's translating, he's like, yeah, we just want him to apologize. No violence, right? So it's showing that they're not violent people. They're not there to beat him up and in the street, right? This guy is an ex-Korean SEAL. He can easily fucking kill him if he wanted to, right? But they're trying to film this and kind of film the apology here. Right? So just to understand the context of that, right? In this interaction.
All right. 소말리만 사과하자.
탱크.
탱크.
고마워.
때리러 온 게 아니고
진짜 잘했어.
걱정하지 마. 대한민국에서
잘했어.
너를
괜찮아.
아니
괜찮아.
소말리. 우리 그냥 토킹, 오케이?
소말리 얘기하자 나랑.
So he's probably shitting himself right now. Look at him. Look at this little manlet. Look at this little manlet hiding behind this guy, right? He's hiding there like a coward. He put his mask on like a pussy, right? Because he's there. By the way, let me give a quick shout out. Shout out to all the Koreans in the chat. I don't know how many Koreans are here. I can't count them all. Guys, also, my Korean is not great, so I can't read your comments that well. We have a lot of Koreans in the chat. Real quick shout out to all the Koreans in the chat. Appreciate you. Annyeonghaseyo. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here in the chat. Thank you, guys. The Koreans are thick today. And I appreciate it. You love it. You're welcome here at the channel. Very much welcome. And, like I said, I love Korea. I appreciate Korea. Korea has been a second home for me. It was the first country that I moved to accomplish my lifelong goal of living abroad, of living outside the country. So I'm very thankful for Korea for making my kind of life dream come true. Because in COVID, it was the only Asian country that was open, the only Asian country I could come to. So that was Korea. So, it's a big thank you to Korea for that. Big Korea W. Also, Alfonso Oro for 10 Legal Mindset memberships and Walking Corpse for 5. Thank you so much for the memberships. Thank you for the big support. Let's continue with this.
나랑 얘기하자. 일로 와봐.
우리 진짜 노 터치.
We here to, no violence. You know what I mean?
절대 안 돼.
We just want our apology, man. Yeah, we can talk. We don't need to fight. No fight.
네 얘기 좀 해주세요. 지금 세계적으로 지금 소말리가 행동에 대해서 많이 화가 나 있고 한국 사람들이 많이 화나 있는데 그것 때문에 우리가 온 거니까 대화할 생각 있나?
Right now, you're a big issue, and a lot of Koreans are mad for what you did, and all we want is,
as they should be, as they justifiably should be. They have every right to be mad, every right to be enraged. What he did is disgusting, and what he said about Korea is disgusting, and the way he treated Korea was disgusting. And by the way, he's not going to stop.
For you to just apologize for what you have done.
Okay.
All right?
No, trust me, it's the only way, man.
Okay, I'll say right now, I want to apologize to the Korean people. I was not.
And mind you, he's surrounded. Even the guy he thought who was driving there to protect him is like, this is the only way. You got to do this.
Aware of the significance of the statue. I was trying to get, you know what I mean? It was just entertainment for my audience.
By the way, let's be real. Hold on. Let's stop there. I want to rewind that. I want to rewind that statement.
Say right now, I want to apologize to the Korean people. I was not aware of the significance of the statue.
Korean people, I hope you're listening right now. and I hope that you understand what I'm saying. He just lied. Okay? He just directly lied. So, regardless of how you feel about whether his apology was sincere, he just lied. He was directly aware of the significance of the statue. We have proof of that. We have him on tape talking about the significance of the statue beforehand. He knew this. He knew this. We have him in Discord. We have him on other records. He was aware. That's a lie. So he just lied to all of these people to their face before. So this entire apology is covered in the fact that he just lied to their face. He's lying to the face because he's a scared little bitch, right? And I'm a little bit vulgar, sorry, that's my style, right? That's my style. But he's lying because he's scared. He's terrified because Korea will be his prison. He will get streamed 24/7. He won't be able to go anywhere. He won't be able to leave his room. It'll be prison. And that's why he's doing this, because he is scared shitless. He is a scared little man. And he has to try to apologize. But we know that's inauthentic. We know that's a lie. If you believe this, you're believing something that is objectively a lie, because he knew this was bad and did it anyways. So he should have apologized saying he did it for clout, he did it for views. Because that would have been true. If he came out and said, oh, yeah, I did this for clout, I did this for views, it would have been true. But instead, he's trying to say, I had no idea. I had no idea. Come on now. Come on now. We know you had an idea. All right, so my internet's being weird, so I'm going to dump my volume. I'm going to dump my camera quality a little bit down to 480. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the connection. We got a lot of people in the stream, and this video is annoying. And so I'm currently, guys, look, I'm up to 358 megabytes on my mobile data. We're doing this, baby. Thank you. Appreciate that. Shout out to all the Koreans. Please smash the like button. We have 3,593 of you in the chat. And also, I see a lot of you guys who are also new to my channel who may be people living in Korea. Maybe you're expats, maybe English teachers, maybe other folks. And please, make sure just to share this information out. I want to get good information out on this, not bad information. So thank you.
I was trying to get, It was just entertainment for my audience. We're from America. We really don't know much about the comfort woman or much about.
That's bullshit. This is bullshit. Sorry, but this is bullshit. There are Americans who know all about this stuff. Americans, in fact, are very aware of the problems between Japan and Korea. We're very aware of the war. This is not entertainment. Do not put this on America, right? Do not put this shit on America and Americans. I'm an American who knows about this. He's fucking lying. I don't find this entertaining. The Americans in my chat do not find this entertaining. Right? This is not entertainment for Americans. This is entertainment for a certain small group of internet retards, right? A very small group of internet idiots. This is not about being an American at all. It is disgraceful for this to be called being an American, right? Being an American is being an asshole abroad? No. Sorry, no. The answer is no. Real quick, Big Leo 3036 says, to help pay for the data bill. Thank you so much. I'm gonna need to re-up my data bill after this. Josh Lim for 5,000 won for Ochan Won says, if I see him, I will personally let him know how I feel in his face. Guaranteed. Thanks for what you do. No problem. I'm something that I appreciate that. Solid Lich says, please, Korean bros, keep pushing your bureaucrats to not let the scumbag off. There's a petition before Parliament. I'm going to show you guys, so they're not going to let him off. Don't worry. I'm going to show you the guys later. A random person said, also Ochan Wan says, the fact Koreans let him slide with this obvious BS hurts my heart, soul, and respect to Koreans. I'm so disappointed. They did not let him slide. Trust me. They know, right? Einbrecht for 5 Canadian says, an apology cannot be sincere if it fits foundations are a lie. Yes. Luna for 5 says, hello, Koreans in the chat. You have a beautiful and wonderful country. Yes, and we love it. And that's why my chat donated over $1,000 towards flowers for the Comfort Woman statue in Itaewon. Over $1,000, right? Megals for 5 says, I hope that's not a hotel room, Andrew, solely because the lighting is a human rights violation. Seriously, well done hotspotting with your mobile. It's an Airbnb. I no longer have my permanent apartment here, but in the near future, I may have a second spot in Korea. So that may be something happening in the near future. Yoda Jedi's for 5 Singapore says for your mobile data. Thank you. Please rap Gangnam Style. That's a goal that is not, that's a super high goal, brother. Sigrun says, even if you don't know the symbolism behind a statue, what sort of idiot touches and interacts with any statue in a foreign country with inappropriate manners? Nobody. Texas Vet for 10 says, it's insanely disrespectful. This is a reflection of the type of Americans the majority despise. They desecrate our statues as well. We know the pain and it hurts people. Exactly. Americans hate this type of shit as well. Americans hate this type of shit as well. All right. Internet seems to have recovered. Let's continue.
The statue, where we're from. So when I saw this statue, I came upon it on my stream. At first, I really didn't know what it was. So now after I see the reaction from the Korean people, I see that it really hurt you guys, and my intention in coming to Korea was not to cause this kind of shitstorm.
Bullshit!
My intention was to come here, do my
lies. He literally talked about how to get clout and views and become a millionaire off of this. He is lying to you people. Do not fall for this. He said he was going to come here to farm this. He said he was going to do this. Do not be fooled. That is a lie. He came to Korea for clout. Jinsu Hwan, Xian, thank you so much. Thank you. Chaos Sonic says, shame, I was hoping Johnny would be crying like a bee. Well, he may be in the future. Don't write that off. Crimson Overture for 5 says, all you have to do is read history to understand this bullshit. Exactly. Mexi Man and Cheese for 5 says, the only positive thing to Johnny Somali is he might actually give Asian countries some big doubts about immigration. Maybe they'll close the doors. They're already pretty strict. Trust me. The thing is, he's on a tourist visa, guys. And actually, it's not even a visa. It's a visa exemption. It's hard to crack down on the visa exemption unless they bar tourists. That's something you don't want to go because it hurts your economy to bar tourists, right? Immigration and tourism are two totally different things. I'm an expat. He's a tourist. There's a difference. This man here, Brennan, and his wife, Vivian, well, Brennan is an expat. You know, he's there with his wife, right? There's a big difference between expats and tourists. A big fucking difference. Einhander for 5 says, my kingdom for a dropkick. It may still happen. He is the golden goblin still.
Live streams, make content, and be funny. It wasn't really, I didn't want to cause pain or get anybody in trouble or make anybody go to jail or catch assault cases or stuff like this. You know what I mean? Because that's when it's going too far.
Yeah.
Truly, it's a hurtful thing. It's something that hurts the Korean pride and the Korean culture. In America, we have a different kind of comedy and we have a different kind of culture in America. And Korea, it's a totally different kind of place.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is not American humor. Do not believe this. Please, dear sweet God, do not believe this. He is lying. This is a lie.
Where this kind of behavior is not acceptable.
So the reason we brought you here is that we have a statue right there.
Mm-hmm.
So all we want for you to stand in front of the statue and then apologize to all of Koreans who are being hurt.
Let's do it.
Yes. Okay.
I'm open to it.
Somali.
Mic. All right. Okay.
Somebody asked where he's in Dobangu, which is north of, it's in the northern part of Seoul. This is in northern Seoul. He's at a relatively remote location, right? So they picked this probably because it's not like Itaewon. If it was Itaewon, he would have been swamped.
I'm here. I got him.
네.
Trust me, man.
진짜 많은 말이
It's the best way.
너무 하고 싶은 말들이 너무 많은데 일단은 이거 진정성 있게 대국민 사과 받아내고 그러고 좀 전달하도록
It's
하겠습니다.
gonna bring a lot of peace, man. Right now, what's happening? Like, it's not only you right now, man.
Yeah.
They're going after your moms, your dads, your family. You know, they're going after a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, and clout, especially in these streets, clout in these streets will get you killed. Especially when you come to another country and you don't know much about the history of it.
Yeah.
Like, when I told you that, everything I told you is true. You know, yeah, I'm a Marine, but also I'm not the only Marine in my family. My grandfather was a soldier. My uncles were Marines. All my family served in the Korean War, so we have certain ties.
Yeah, by the way, I think it's fucking disrespectful that while he's doing this, he's slurping on a fucking boba tea, right? He's slurping on the boba tea. By the way, somebody asked, was that guy in the picture before the Korean SEAL team guy? Yes, that was him, the Korean SEAL team guy who punched him out. Also, Yukio, welcome as a new member. Appreciate that. Let's continue.
Real, you know what I mean?
For sure.
When I saw it, I was upset. However, I feel like this is the only way that you can
Continues being here.
Yeah, continue being here without getting punched all the time, you know?
All right.
Somali. 네, 설명 좀 해줄게요. 리슨? 해석 좀 해주세요. 한국, 대한민국 이 동상은 그냥 동상이 아니에요.
This is not just a metal statue.
우리 한국의 아픈 역사를 기억하기 위해서 만든 그런 동상입니다.
A lot of Koreans being hurt by this, and this is like it's like a representative of.
만약에 당신이 그냥 뭐 일반적인 동상을 그랬다라고 하면은 한국 사회 화가 많이 안 났지만 이거는 정말 우리에게 아픈 역사였어요.
If you touch any kind of statue, it wouldn't matter. But this is very important to Korean people. So that's the big problem that you did.
그래서 많은 대한민국 시민들이 다시는 이런 강압적이고 있어서 안 될 역사가 되풀이되지 않길 바라면서 이거를 전국에 만들어 둔 겁니다.
So we don't want this repeating or doing, you know, a lot of Koreans being hurt. So we don't want this to be repeated to other countries and in Korea.
만약에 당신의 가족들이, 당신의 어머니나 당신의 뭐 시스터들이 만약에 강압적으로 그런 일을 당했다면 어떻게 하셨을 거예요?
If your parents were in this situation, being hurt, what would you do?
I definitely wouldn't be happy if somebody was making light of it.
Same as us. So
그래서 많은 사람들이 화가 났던 거고.
That's why a lot of Koreans were mad.
우리는 그거에 대해서 당신의 진정한 사과를 원해요.
So all we want is for you to apologize to South Korean people and who have been hurt in this situation, and that's all we want. No violence.
Yeah, no violence. Yeah.
물어보고 싶은 게 있습니다.
Yeah.
진정한 사과를 하고 나서도 앞으로 또 도발을 한다면은 인스타나 트위터에 도발을 한다면
After apology, are you going to post or go on a live and talk about this situation again?
어떻게 할 생각입니까?
Not in a bad light, but I will talk about what I learned. Can you guys tell me a little bit more of the history of the statue? Because
he's pretending he doesn't know. This is bullshit. He knows exactly what the history was, and he's essentially trolling him here, right? He's essentially making them look like fools because he knows exactly what it was, and he did it intentionally with this, right?
I haven't done too much research.
Okay, he got it. So.
With this statue, man, this comfort woman, back during the Japanese occupation, Japan invaded Korea and forced women in becoming comfort women for the Japanese Imperial Army. And most of these women weren't grown women, man. They were minors. They were being persecuted, tortured, and everything, man. A lot of people don't know about the history of the statue, but there were a lot of kids that were hurt. You know, there was
like they were, and to be clear, we're talking like 14, 13 years old, right? So the kids young women that were taken were like children, right? Like 13, 14 years old, right? So yeah, this was a fucked up scenario, right? Real fucked up. Danny Scree says for 200 Tybot, says he's never going to learn. These guys are just trying to lecture him. He has to be jailed. If possible, you need to tell him that they're making a big, terrible mistake. Let him go. Yeah, trust me. I'm trying to communicate with them. And actually, I'll tell you something afterwards because I've got a message for these guys. And also, I definitely want to talk to some of these guys about this while I'm here in Seoul or when I come back to Seoul. So definitely down for that. Don't worry. I haven't forgotten about that.
You know, activists that was put into a prison and torture raped by the officers of the Japanese Imperial Army and eventually killed. So this is a very, very serious issue, man. Like it was not just a statue. This is not only a statue only for Koreans. Like this is for all women that were fucked up, you know, doing bad things. You know, so when you sit here, you come and you do a ditty party on the statue. Like, you know, what do you think is going to happen, bro? Like, this is something you can't take lightly. And I remember on your live, you said that we're going to kill me with a statue. Yes, man, they will fucking kill you. This is a very serious issue.
I think killing and assault is too far for it, but I do see where they're coming from, and I
see he's already see this is it. Do you guys see this? This man is not sorry. Any man who sits there and is trying to argue and litigate and all this and is not crying tears in an apology, this is not a sincere apology, right? He didn't care at all. He sat there and fucking argued with them. That's not a sincere apology. When you are sincerely apology, you accept that. You don't argue. You just fucking say, yes, I'm very sorry. You keep your head down. But you see what he did there? That's a sign it's not sincere. That's a big sign. I hope the Koreans are seeing this. I hope my Korean brothers and sisters are seeing this. I hope this gets translated to this stream. By the way, Koreans out there, feel free to clip this and subtitle this as much as you want, right, to get this message out there. Hell, if you guys don't do it, I may fucking pay somebody to go and subtitle this, because this needs to get out there that this is fake. We can tell it's fake. From every American looking at this knows this is fake, right? Please do not fall for this. Please, dear sweet God, do not fall for this, right?
See how it hurt them as a country and it hurt their pride. And it wasn't my intention when I first came here. You know, I wanted to come here. When I first came to South Korea, I'm not gonna lie, I have like a lot of my other content before the statue incident has been great. All the Koreans have treated me great.
What are you talking about? Your content before has been disrespecting other countries. Your content was disrespecting Japan and disrespecting Israel. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Thank you, Shins, for the Imanwan. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Texas Vet says this is the same act you see from killers on the stand. They aren't sad for what they did. They're sad for the repercussions. That's why he focuses on the repercussions being too far. Exactly. He's a fucking psychopath. And he's spoiled too. He's a middle class, upper class kid. He's not a poor kid at all. Einhander for 5 says, just imagine the self-restraint and control the Marine has not to feed the gangster fluid wannabe his teeth. Yeah, the Marine and the Korean UDT guy, right? The SEAL. Right. The text vet says that former Korean SEAL, is he famous? Was he in movies or an expo or something? I feel like I've seen him specifically show off martial arts or something. He might be. He's a streamer, so he's been around. So you might have seen him before. He was a SEAL. So, I mean, definitely could be out there. Chaos Sonic for 2 says, this motherfucker, you can smell the smug from here. Exactly. Exactly. And Tong Chai Sawat for 6 Malaysian ringgit says, I'm Malaysian and we don't want him here. I don't think many countries want him. Let's continue. I'll get the rest of the super chats later.
Great. Like, I've had nights out drinking with Koreans, partying with Koreans, and they showed me the utmost hospitality and respect. So honestly, that I hit a nerve this much, I think it's good to be a man and apologize for what I've done.
Guys, everybody move out. 형님, 뒤에서 찍을게요. 이제 사과하는 거.
So to all the people of South Korea, I just want to apologize for what I've done, and I really did not mean to hurt your guys' pride this much. You guys are a good people. You guys are great people.
Look how he says that. Guys, this is what you guys need to pay attention, because as a lawyer in the US, we pay attention to language, right? Look how he says that. I didn't mean to hurt your pride. He didn't say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your pride. He's implying that your pride is the problem, right? This is what, and once again, this is English as a second language thing, but that use of language, extraordinarily deceptive, right? Not a real apology.
And for the most part, other than Mr. Navy SEAL here, I've had a great experience with a lot of the South Korean people, and it was not my intention to really hurt you guys. And I hope you guys can accept my apology. And I'm a young person. I want to grow as a man. I made a mistake, and I think when you make a mistake in life, you need to own up to it.
So this is like the snotty ass spoiled kid who gets sent to the principal's office when he's caught, and all of a sudden he's sorry. But as soon as you let him off the hook, he's going to be back at Xandix again.
So I apologize, you guys, and I will no longer talk about your statue or touch it ever again. I hope that I can live in peace here in South Korea, and we could get past the situation and use it as a learning situation, because a lot of people learned about this statue from this situation, bad or good. A lot of people from all over the world found out what this was.
No, that is literally the worst. So people found out about it because you rubbed yourself in baby oil and did a dance on it, or because you made out with it, you kissed it, right? Like, And sorry, I'll wait a second because I know the internet is being weird here. But it's not the situation that you want people to find out about this statue, right? You don't want people to find out about the statue because you molested it, right? Because you created problems with this statue, right? That's not why you want people to find out. KS says he's accepting his own apology. Exactly. Or Earthworm Jeb says press X to doubt. Secret Final Boss says, put me down as one of the Americans who knows fun well what this guy keeps trying to pull. Yeah, full well what he's trying to pull. Exactly. We know exactly the bullshit he's pulling. L Eagle, disciple of Wah for 500 dongs, Vietnamese dong, says, I'm not even American, and I'm pissed whenever this bitch mentions the USA. He's a disgrace to the land of the free and the home of the brave. I absolutely agree. Amazing Disgrace says, if an example isn't made of him, expect a tidal wave of this behavior. Exactly. More nuisance streamers will come. Tatsumi says he needs to apologize to America for insulting our culture and emailed you a clip of Laplace saying Wi-Fi kun gambate. Okay, I'll see if I can find that. Thank you very much. Let's continue to play this.
From my action. So hopefully we can move past this and have a better future.
Can you promise us that you wouldn't post any AI photos on Discord or any about this?
Oh, about this? No, my fans create that stuff. It's just memes, but I will not post any of it anymore.
Can you let them know that not to post those photos?
I will let them. I don't control them, but I will let them know.
No. No. See what he did there? Guys, he let him off the hook. I don't control them. So he's going to let them do it. You control your fucking Discord. Sorry, bro. You can have your mods ban people for that. Look at his smug face. He knows they're going to ban. He knows they're going to post that shit. Right? You definitely control your Discord. You can then make mods. That's bullshit. Well, you know how fucking, you think Koreans don't know how Discord works? Right? He's literally trying to think that Koreans don't know how Discord works. He's insulting the intelligence of Koreans, thinking they don't know how Discord works. Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Arthur Kwan Lee for $4.99 says, Johnny's pen face, Somali should be made an example of. If he's freed anywhere there's South Korean men, dude is fucking cooked. He'll always be hiding from us. Damn right, as he should be. As he fucking should be. And remember, as John Kim said, thank you for the 2, Somali called it the prostitute statue in Discord. So if he's calling it the prostitute statue, how did he not know what it was? Spider Bro says, this is the same script he pulled in Japan. Exactly. Jared said, I train with Korean Marines. They don't play. Exactly. Don't fuck around. Don't fuck around with the Korean SEALs. Seriously. Physics Meerkat, thank you for the 69 tab bot. Appreciate that. Pie Baker says, Johnny Somali is living proof Lincoln was a mistake. Oh, god damn. That's savage. Luna K for 10 says, a young person who's made a mistake and wants to own it up, right? Multiple mistakes in multiple countries. Yeah, he's made the same mistake intentionally in multiple countries. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And then Just Blue will continue after this. Says, as a black man who dreams of living abroad, his nasty and atrocious actions have set up the majority of black people's reputation backwards. Shake my head. Listen, brother, let me tell you something. I have a business helping people come to Asia, to Korea, Japan, and Thailand. None of my clients, and I have many black clients, none of my clients are disrespectful, and they're absolutely loved where they are, whether that's Japan, Korea, China, or Thailand, right? I don't help people go to China. So Japan, Korea, Thailand, right? Absolutely love the great people, the great additions to those countries. Do not fear going abroad as a black man. You're not going to have any problems. As long as you're respectful and you don't ask like Johnny Somali, you will be just fine. You'll be just fine. Jenny Nicole said, I can't imagine, for 10, thank you so much. So I can't imagine being someone like this who apparently is utterly lacks a conscience. Acting like this, especially a guest in another country, is garbage behavior. I agree with you. Andrew Tang for 5 says, thank you for the stream. I don't believe him. Don't believe him at all. All right, we'll get the rest of these super chats after we continue with this stream.
Thank you.
뭐 트위터나 뭐 인스타나 거기서 디스코드나 그런 데서 소말리가 다른 사람들하고 그 한국에 대한 고발을 이어가지 않았으면 좋겠습니다.
그 얘기를 합니다.
아, 오케이. 한국식 사과가 무릎 꿇고 고개 숙이는 건데 할 수 있겠어요?
Can you bow the Korean style of saying sorry?
Like bow? What do you think, Hank?
Here?
To the ground?
No, that's Japanese.
Oh, okay.
All right, here. Repeat after me. Repeat after me.
Okay.
얘들아.
얘들아.
여군이.
여군이.
제가. 너무 무리였어. 그래서. 그래서. 나는. 조마오. 죄송합니다.
Thank you. That's all we want, bro.
That's all, man.
Okay, let's have peace.
You should be good. Like, when I was on Discord and all that for a long time, like listening, like those motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you, man.
Yeah.
I saw what they were posting. I saw what they were saying. It's disgusting, man. Like they don't give a fuck about you. Like I've seen it, you know. And no one here would hurt you. Like I'm pretty sure this guy is a fucking trained Navy SEAL, you know. And this guy didn't want to come after you. But
and by the way, he could kill him. He could kill him. Forget punching him. He could have killed him straight up. He could have snapped his little manlet neck, right? He could have if he wanted to. He's a SEAL. That's what they're trained for.
You insulted an entire nation, bro. Like you can't come to a foreign country thinking you can do what you want, taunting the people to come get you and not get any clap back. You know, in these streets, it's really tough. You know what I mean? And I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. You know, but Discord, Twitter, them racist motherfuckers on there, they're gonna get you killed, man. If you keep it up, even if it's not here, if you go to another country, you continue your antics, continue your actions, it's gonna get you killed, man. You know, like they're already going after your moms. Like if it was my moms, I would be freaking out. They're going after your moms, going after everybody. You know, people don't play when it comes to something like this. You know,
and sorry, he fucked with an entire country. Right? Did you think people weren't going to go after your family? Would you think people weren't going to find them out, let them know, let their employers know? Right? Are you serious? Come on, bro.
Right now, you got some leaks you got to take care of. You know, you got some legal issues you got to handle. True. However, right now, the apology, mean that shit.
No, I mean, I'm sincere. I mean it.
Mean it,
no,
man,
for sure.
Because trust you me. You know, if you don't, and you keep doing it, man, it's going
because like I'm saying, as a man, it doesn't take nothing to realize I'm wrong.
He's not a fucking man. He's a goddamn boy. I'm sorry. He can't call himself a man. He's a boy. He's a child. He's a child. He's nothing like a man.
But for a whole country's pride to be hurt, it's not a big thing for me to say I'm sorry. You know what I mean? But it will mean a lot to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Koreans, not just in Korea, but around the world.
It is a big thing. That the fact that he's trivializing the apology already. Look at the contrast. Look at how serious this guy is. This guy lives in Korea, right? He's Nigerian American, lives in Korea on the right. Look at how serious he is. He's so serious about this. Look at Johnny. Johnny is one step from laughing. Johnny is like almost laughing here. This is completely insincere.
Well, I made a mistake and I just want to own up to it. I apologize.
All right, thank you.
Nice. Okay.
Thank
you.
Look at his body language. He was looking down. He's not making eye contact. He's not sincere. That's not sincere at all. At all.
Is there any words you want to say?
Yeah. What the Japanese Imperial Army did was very evil, and they need to pay for the crimes that they did. And I should not make light of that. And hopefully Japan apologizes to Korea one day.
See, he's trying to make the other thing too is he's also stated since this happened that he wants to start a race war. He said that he wants to start a race war in Asia. He said this. So he's trying to make these comments knowingly, trying to inflame tensions between Japan and Korea, right? Because right now, Japan and Korea are united on saying, fuck this guy. Because remember, he fucked with Japan too. And he fucked with Israel, right? But he's trying to fan those flames to try to cause tension, right? To get himself off the hook. He's trying to deflect here. Not once again. Notice what he's doing and how he's insincere.
For the war crimes that they did to Korea.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
우리 한국 유튜버들 어떤 것 같아요?
Huh?
한국
How South Korean YouTubers.
Hey, you guys are much more strong than the Japanese YouTubers. I'll say that.
한국 유튜버들 중에 누가 제일
Crazy, crazy. Korean YouTubers, crazy. Yeah.
한국 유튜버들 중에 누가 제일 무서웠냐?
Who is the scariest? That's funny.
Who were the scariest?
This one.
형이 제일 무서웠대. This one. 자, 둘이 한번 얘기 좀 해봐요.
얘기하세요.
Let's make a peace.
Okay.
Let's make a peace.
일단 내가 한마디만.
소말리 어디가?
너가 만약에 트위터.
First of all, I'll say one thing. Don't be addicted to drugs. So literally calling him out for the thing. This is really interesting. He's calling him out for the thing that's going to get him in jail. Drug use is not a fucking joke in Korea. Those that live in Korea doesn't know. Drug use is not a joke. So calling him out for that kind of throws it out there that this guy might get some jail time for that. So that's an interesting thing there.
뭐다 했던 말들인데 트위터라든지 뭐 페이스북이든지 어느 플랫폼에서도 너가 한 번 더 이런 일이 대한민국에 있다라면은.
So he says if something like this happens on Facebook or any other platform,
나는
I'd like to
네가
hear
어디
from you.
있던 무슨 일을 하든 다 찾아낼 수 있어. 그러니까 절대 그런.
No matter where you are or what you're doing, we can find you. So never do anything like that again, right? So telling him straight up, and look at the way he's looking at him down. He's looking down. Look, Somali can't make eye contact. He's looking away because this man is putting him in a fucking dog pen, right? Making him look like a child.
If anything happens in Twitter or Discord or any kind of platform, if you talk about this thing that you did, or any other platforms, he's gonna find you.
Well, look, I moved on from it. I'm cool. Like I already apologized.
He's moved on. He's moved on. You don't get to be the one after you start shit to move on. This is an American thing, particularly an American like extreme thing, where you get to you start trouble and then you say, "Oh, I've moved on." You're the one that started it. You don't get to say when they moved on. They're the ones who get to say when they've moved on. And when Korea's moved on is when they're finished legally prosecuting you, which will not be done perhaps for a while. And we're going to get into that because there's more information, guys. I've got more information for you. Even after this clip, we're not done. We've got more. And there's more. Right? So once again, this is why I'm saying he is speaking to you disrespectfully. Do not trust Somali. Koreans, do not trust Somali, please, God.
He doesn't need to look for me. I got him over 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, so now you have a career.
What? So he should be saying thank you for the subs? Fuck you. Fuck you, Johnny. He should be saying thank you for the subs. He thinks the subscribers are more important than the principle he violated. This undermines everything, guys. The fucking audacity of this piece of shit to say that. And I hope that this comes across in the translation. I hope people are understanding this. I hope this gets translated. This is absolutely disrespectful.
So hopefully you can make some money from that now. Okay.
그리고 피해자분이 아직
He's laughing about it. This is not a funny matter. And he's laughing about it.
계시는 분이 있어.
There's a lot of victims still alive in Korea.
Do you guys know any of them I can meet?
현재
만날 수
살아계신
있는 분 계시냐고.
있어.
Yes.
나눔의 집이라고 경기도 광주에 있거든. 거기 한번 같이 갈 의향이 있는지.
Are you willing to go there?
I'm willing to go there and meet them.
Okay.
And maybe do an interview with them and talk to them and learn the history for myself, and not only just myself, the world and the audience.
가서 만나서 인터뷰도 하고 싶고 얘기도 하고 싶다.
그거 한번 자리 마련할게요.
They should not allow him to do this at all. He's just going to use it against you, and he's going to, use it against you.
Then we'll make a time for that.
Okay.
So that's the end of the video right there. Okay, so that's the end of that video, right? So we've got more, but holy fucking shit. That was an arrogant non-apology. And he was being, and I hope this came across because only so many people understand English fluently. And one thing about English that can be hard is when we're being sarcastic or insincere. That was insincere. That was a fucking lie. I hope that gets across. I hope that's translated. And by the way, thank you, Idella Reens. It's funds for translation. Better that Koreans can see his insincerity in full, the better. Yes, yes. And I hope my stream gets clipped. I hope this gets passed around because they need to know. People need to know. And so, by the way, I did DM Vivian, the wife there who's holding the thing, and I said, "Hey, I'd love to interview you, right? To interview you and your husband, the Brennan, about this. So hopefully they can get in touch with me, or maybe even one of the Korean streamers, if they can get a translator, or I can get a translator, right? And we can have a conversation. I would love to interview them. And if anybody can get me in contact with them or has their information, hit me up, let me know. I'd be happy to talk to them about it because I really want them to know that Americans are not down with the clown here, and also know that we know that he's full of shit. And I really want to know how much they know that, how much those streamers that were there know that, right? They really should understand that he was being insincere there. Random person for Manwan says, according to the posts online, it seems like Koreans have no intention of letting him up. They probably set up the whole event just out of humiliation. It seems like that was one of the reports. Yes. Napoleon Feener says, I'd ask her permission for my painkillers if I travel. It's all right. Trucker Rob for 10 says, howdy, Andrew. Thank you. Appreciate that, Trucker Rob. Martin Droz for 10 euros says, you can see in his face he's loving the attention. It's absolutely infuriating. Yeah, I know. Texas Vet says, well, I actually found him. Shout out to DK Yo and his YouTube video showing his martial arts skill and prowess. Everyone should check it out. Man deserves support. American vet to Korean vet. Based. DK Yo. Chaos Sonic says, oh, you, Johnny, suffer in medical bills. Super Wet Power Weapon 667 says, Johnny is so bad that even the black community doesn't claim him. The only way he's leaving Korea is if he's dropped like a bag of flour. Ninja for 5 says, been subscribed since the Kenosha days. Glad to see you speaking on this on behalf of America. We'd rather have him watch him get a beat down. This is the importance of having people that are good representing you abroad. And I try every day to do that. My good friend Legal Vices, shout out to him. He does that. My good friend Scott in the military in Pyeongtaek, he does that. There's so many good people representing America. It's disgusting to have people like him out there that can be seen as representing America and say they're representing America. Matthew Margetta said, dancing on the statue is the same as dancing on Lincoln's foot. It isn't going to end well. Agreed. Sessa Lothar says, I have no idea why Hassan Piker wants to go to Japan. That might soon have Takeshi, a fascist of Haridan replacing Shiva, the current premier. The federalization of Japan is bizarre. Well, look, listen, Hassan's not going regardless. Everybody who says they're leaving after the election never does. Plapians for Imanwan says, I know he's lying, but any more private sanctions will only leave conflicts. It's time for punishment to be done in accordance with Korean law. I know that's why they're doing this. I get it. John Doe, the average Doe, says, unironically, how does South Korean prison differ from the United States? I mean, there's less Mexican and black gangs, but I mean, it's still prison, right? So other than that, it's prison. It's not great. It's not great. Peter says, FAFO, the punk ain't going to learn the easy way. Repton says, bro needs to shut up. He's just digging himself the deeper he talks. Just take the L, Somali. Agree. Chaos Sonic says, wasn't my intention. BS, F you, Johnny. Get bat-faced. I didn't mean to hurt your pride. He's projecting. Chaos Sonic says, haha, Johnny, you will never get the peace. Suffer. Eris says, for 20 Norwegian krona, Johnny needs jail time that will set his attitude. I agree. JP Ravenfire for 2 says, sounds like Sarah Boone. It wasn't intentional. Very much similar to a murderer. Voice of Mars says, maybe he should go to Malaysia and fuck around and find out. Malaysia, Singapore, he would be screwed. Harold Power Cult says, look, I may not like Korea for feminism and its censorship laws, but I will not do anything to insult the country's heritage. Love from India. Listen, brother, every country has its pros and cons, okay? No country is perfect. America's not perfect. India's not perfect. Thailand's not perfect. Japan's not perfect. Philippines isn't perfect. Every country has pros and cons. There's one thing with having an intellectual disagreement with policies of a country, and there's another thing with, disrespecting their history and culture. That's totally not okay. Easy07 says, you can smell the BS the other side of the world. He thinks he's smarter than people. The smug look alone needs to be slapped off. I agree. King Lugia for 6 Malaysian ringgit says, shame on his parents for not disciplining him. Thank you. That's a big one. American parents need to fucking fix this shit early. That's agreed. And all parents need to fix this shit early. Funara E says, go buy yourself a beer or something. Still trying to catch up in your stream, lagging in 45 minutes. Love and peace from Japan. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. And Catlin Gun says for 5,000. Indonesian rupiah. Mofo thinks his wanted level resets every time he enters a different country. The internet does not forget. It indeed does not. Chris, welcome as a new member. I'll do 4 more and then we're going to continue. Karungal for 25 Romanian says, were all those brave Koreans during the MV Seawolf disaster? I don't know. Ryan Iser for 5 says, he did not know the purpose of the statute and mocked it. Either he's a PDF file for kissing and grinding against the lightness of a minor. Pick your charge. And that's what's really offensive about that. Dominio says, bro cannot even escape that North Korea to escape the North Korea. No, he could not escape the North Korea. That's not easy to do. Nathan C for 2 said, false. It won't mean a lot to anyone with a brain. True. And last, John Doe says, the average Doe says, his own friend bailed on him celebrating Halloween in the U.S. No loyalty with scumbags. Also, you missed my super chat question about Korean prisons. No, I got it. I read in a specific order. Sometimes if it's a larger super chat, I'll catch it sooner. Also, Josh Lim for 5 for Ochanwan says he will serve his time in prison and come back talking fluent Korean. That's funny. Oh, last year we got one more yellow. Manwan says Koreans know he's lying. We've seen a whole country do it for over 70 years. Also, legal mindset. You did right by us. You're one of us now. If I see you, I'm getting fried chicken and Somek. I fucking love Somek. I had some BHC the other day. I need to try, what is it, the 90 seasons or the other one? I had somebody recommend that to me. Which one is it? Hold on. Let me find it in my line. It was recommended to me by a Korean friend before I got here. It's this one. So they said I should get this one from 60 seasons. So apparently that one's good. So I got to try that while I'm here. I went to the one near me in Gangnam, but it was kind of full. So I got to go back another day. I love fried chicken so goddamn much. All right. So super weapons for 499 said, think of a fate worse than hell for Johnny Somali being stuck in Korea with everyone after his ass. All right. So we got the comments. We kind of caught up with where we're at on the video, but there's more information. So let's continue here. So Korean news caught on to Johnny Somali's terrorist deepfake and reported it with, this was a while ago, 128K views. Johnny Somali created a deepfake of him blowing up the Comfort Women statue. He created a terrorist deepfake of him blowing up the statue. And he tries to pretend he didn't know what this was. He literally created a terrorist deepfake charged as Johnny Somali. Deepfakes are illegal in South Korea. Definitely an issue there. Now, beyond that, some of you talked about national consequences. Well, and I'll translate this in a second, but I'll leave it in Korean so you guys see the original. There is a petition in Korea at the parliamentary level regarding Johnny Somali. And let me translate this for you from Hangul to Yongo. Petition before the public. Petition calling for the swift and proactive response from the police on the Johnny Somali case. So this was just put out today. So you can go and register here for this, right? And the purpose is to strongly urge them regarding the Johnny Somali case, right? You can publicly vote in favor of this. I'm going to drop this link in the chat. Now, I'm not sure whether you can vote from outside of Korea, but there's lots of people here that are in Korea. So what I will do is I will put this in the chat and I will pin it so that you guys can go and you guys can vote on this. So how about we get some votes on this bad boy, right? And I will circulate this by tweet as well. So it should be pinned now. Is it pinned now? I think it's pinned now. Should be pinned now. You guys should have that in the chat. And we should be able to get some stuff circulating regarding this, right? Because Johnny Somali definitely needs to be prosecuted swiftly by the police. Right? It's pinned. Okay, good. There's a little bit of lag. There's a lot of people in the chat right now. It's a little bit of lag. Inori Yuzuriha for Hong Kong 50 says they should straight up just ask him what he is sorry for, or else his apology doesn't mean jack shit. Exactly. Gabe Salgado for Ichan wants to send the email. I can get you an interview with him. Awesome. Gabe, thank you so much. Got it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I want to email you back. Let's talk after the show. Cool, Gabe. Thank you so much, brother. All right. Thank you. Kurado Wakiru says, question for the Korean bros. Do your prisons have TV? Would it be interesting if an inmate learned what he did? Yeah, that'd be interesting. Trucker Rob said, got any more stock photos to share? Oh God. That was back for the Niji Sanji thing when people were saying I was sharing stock photos, but it was my friend Meme Copium, Josh, who's actually in Busan right now, who actually uploaded that to the stock photo site, which is hilarious. Stormy Cypher said almost 4K people watching, only 50 likes. No, there's more than that. Guys, like the video. Please like the video if you like this. Thank you. Thank you for covering this. Buy a soju on Vice and Meme for me. I will. And Vigorous, thank you for 5 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you. All right, let's continue. We've got more. We're not done, guys. Let's talk about our boy Hank. So if you didn't know, and a lot of people don't know, the history of our boy Hae Jong Yo. This is the guy who is friends with Johnny Somali, who's been running around with Johnny Somali. In case you didn't know, here is Hae Jong Yo, i.e. Hank Yo. He's 31 years old. He went to UNT, University of North Texas, and the University of Texas at Tyler. He was charged with 7 counts of falsifying documents regarding firearms, violating firearms possession, and assault. This is a picture of him here in America with several flags, including some Nazi stuff back there, and he's known to be a little bit of a Korean neo-Nazi. Right, he was down with the Proud Boys and doing a lot of stuff over there in the USA. Right now, I don't say that easy, but he actually does make that a barrier. Right, he violated some ATF rules. He took his case all the way to the Supreme Court and lost. But beyond that, he's been participating in his criminal activities in Korea for a while. He's the one who invited him there. He's the one who's carried his luggage around. He's the one who told him that these things would cause a nuisance. He knew, right? This is his homeboy. So him saying he didn't know when this is his homeboy is very fucking suspect. Super suspect. Right? So yeah. Just want to throw that out there. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Learn for Manwan says it's more detailed than Korean news. I know. I try to be more detailed I try to be as detailed as I can be. We've got a little bit more stuff today. Let's see. Let me get some other stuff here. So apparently Somali's YouTube channel, his second YouTube channel, has deleted all of his content. So his YouTube channel here has deleted most of his content. So there's nothing left up here except for the channel itself. So that's interesting because he probably knows the eye is on him now. What else do we have here? We've got Vivian Gray. Obviously, this is from Cancel Johnny Somali. Vivian Gray posted they were able to make the apology happen with the help of Korean YouTubers. Last year, he apologized on Guts' stream, and he broke the promise. That was to Japan. Then he asked Mr. Hashimoto, former high-class Yakuza, to make peace. And he did Dogza on live. After he left Japan, he revealed he was not sorry and it was good content. So what cancel Johnny Somali, who's in Japan, by the way. And by the way, I want to make it clear because there's a little misunderstanding. I don't think Japan is weak. I just think he got off easy compared to what could have been the punishment in Japan. The punishment could have been much more severe, but it wasn't. That doesn't mean Japan's weak. It just means it was hard to prosecute him probably. And also they wanted to just get him out and blacklist him, which they did do. He is blacklisted from Japan. So I hope that these guys realize that this is insincere and that he is just going to try to repeat this, what he did in Japan. By the way, I got some tips over on locals. Let me read this. C3 Metal said, when are you going to be stuffing that purdy mouth with foodstuffs? Either this next week or I'll be back in Japan. I'll be back in Korea in 2 weeks. I've got to go back to Thailand first, and then I'll be back here. So if I don't do it now, I'll do it in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So that mukbang stream is coming. Trust me. Also, there's a post when Somali comes to LA and some rooftop Koreans. That's a pretty funny meme. C3 Metal for $1 says, but wait, there's more. Thank you for all that support on locals. Appreciate you. Also, let's see what else we had. I want to give another shout out to my good friend, Professor Aldrich Nod. If you guys haven't followed him, he's the one who helped me translate. He also gave me a great tour of Suwon University. He's also done really great work debunking things like Yasuke in Assassin's Creed. He literally destroyed that Langley guy or whatever he was, Longley guy who did the Yasuke translation. So shout out to him. Thank you for translating the Korean. You know, he's down there in Suwon, got a Korean wife, really cool guy. Had lunch with him, really enjoyed it. So shout out to that. And also shout out to everybody who supported me. And also, I got your email, Gabe. I will be hitting you up. I'll be hitting you up. Warranty Void for 20 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much for being based. Appreciate that.
Yes.
And let's catch up on these super chats because we're almost good for today. Josh for 2001 said Salami said he wanted to exterminate Asians. Yes, he said he wanted to start a race war. Crazy, right? Cal Kai said after Salami is done saying sorry, we like you now, and get him a boat. They can call the Navy and say Salami stole a boat. That would be funny. And then they'll sink the boat. Josh Lim for 5,000 won says Salami will be back in prison singing Sopranos and auditioning for Americans Got Talent and win the whole damn thing. Tell him to come to Pyeongtaek. Dude, if he came to Pyeongtaek, some of those soldiers would fuck him up because they've got the SOFA, the Status of Forces Agreement. They couldn't be punished for that. The soldiers could beat the shit out of him and they would just be taken back to the base. Mark Peel for 5,000 won says, I hope this neo-troglodyte pays for his crime. I'm an American living in Korea, and I love the people and culture here. Don't ruin it for Americans. Yeah, I am too, and I'm going to spend a lot more time here, right? So as an American living here, I want Korea to be a good place where good people come, and we don't put up with this shit. And I want a Korean wall where we say, not a physical wall, but a wall where we say bad people are not allowed in Korea. It will not be tolerated. We are going to get them the fuck out of here. And listen, I'm not this little snowflake over here who's like, I want everybody in Korea. No. I don't want anybody who complains. I don't want anybody who doesn't like Korea. I don't want anybody who has bad intentions. I want people that love being here, that enjoy it here, that don't complain, and that make Korea a better place and a cooler place to live. I don't want to live with these fuckers. I want their passports taken. I want them to be their visas revoked. If you're complaining about living here, go the fuck back to the United States. I'll put you on the plane. I'll put your ass on the plane. Chaos Sonic said, well, the Nazi could charge too. Yes, he assaulted a woman. What a fucking man. Assaulting a woman with that baton, the 3-stage baton. So he has charges that are pending against him for that. Spicy Chef 34 for 15 Malaysian ringgit said he's never going to change ever. Please send Dudu Stan to prison. Please, Korea. Luna K said he's passing the blame off to everyone but himself. Exactly. Body language, wording. I hope no Korean believes him. Amazing Disgrace for 5 says he will try to brand Koreans as racist for holding him accountable for his actions. Yes. Tatsumi says, start calling him Johnny Salami because he will be sandwiched by big Korean men in jail. Oof. Oof. Hot damn. Spider Bro says the only good thing about the situation is the whole world is united in wanting him to be prosecuted for his crimes. Man, YouTube censorship is crazy. It is. It is. Craig Carter said, do you see Jack Doherty getting punked over his securities team? Too funny. It was very funny. Dan says, this is his thing. Mock, gain attention, apologize, repeat. It ends here. Hold the line, Korea. Jarhead for 199 says, respect to the Korean Marines. Agree. Big respect to the Korean Armed Forces. Holding the line against communism front and center. Very based Korea. Chaos Sonic says he will never be off the hook. Nope. Unknown person for 50 Philippine pesos says if Johnny Somali pulled this shit in Philippines, he's got 1 hour to leave. Ricardo Fung says, legal mindset, just imagine Somali learns you're in Korea now and he asks you to be his lawyer for a court defense. Wouldn't you wish that? But it'd be crazy insane. No, I would never defend him. And I'm not a criminal defense lawyer and not a Korean lawyer. So no, I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I would only show up to spit in his face and tell him to go fuck himself. I would show up to literally spit in his face and tell him to go fuck himself. The Sussex Bunyan says, why is a neo-Nazi hanging out with a black guy? Beats me, bro. Mark Peel for Ichanwan says, should I make your comment reality? I'm a sofa. No, the SOFA means status of forces agreement. That's the agreement between the U.S. and Korea regarding the status of the military and how they're dealt with when they commit crimes in the country or perceived to commit crimes. Right. Hard Nose says Johnny should be a prison comfort woman. Oh, fuck. Texas F for 10 says the issue with these apologies, the Korean and Japanese people are too honorable to understand a dirtbag like Somali. He has no shame. Something like Dogza won't hold any weight. No, because he doesn't value it. He pretends he doesn't know the value of it. And then he goes, oh, you're weak. You're soft. China number one. He's going to leave Korea and go, oh, China number one. Japan better than you. He's going to do that as soon as he leaves. And by the way, I do know his name is Ramzi Khalid Ismail. His name is Ramzi Khalid Ismail. But here's the thing. We have to also say Johnny Somali to get him banned off of social media. He needs to be off of all social media that he could be off of, right? That at least monetized, right? Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. You don't get to commit crimes and like continue to get paid for it. Mosina Tenma says, as someone who escaped China, I really want him to do a stream with Beijing. He doesn't have he'd never would do that in China. He'd be dead. He'd be dead. DCV Titan for 5 says, found something funny I'd like to share. Look up A Sniper's Dream Extended Edition here on YouTube. I don't think that's YouTube safe, so how about another time? Physics Meerkat says, Hawk Tua mindset. For 69. Thank you. All right. That's what I've got for this. We've got a little meme to leave us out here. Thank you for this. Someone sent me Wi-Fi Coon. So, you know, on my channel, I like fun. I like good outros. So let's play the Wi-Fi Coon here, and then we'll do a little coping and seething on the way out. Thank you guys for this.
無償 Wi-Fi くん、頑張って
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. All right, guys. How do we honor a petition for an exception to the Geneva Convention? I might be willing to make one. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate the show. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Like. We'll have more updates on this. Hopefully interviews with Koreans that are involved in this. Until then, guys, stay based. And you know that Johnny is shitting himself in his room, and all he's doing is...
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping